Mario Cavaradossi is my favorite character in all of my repertoire right now. Racconti d'Armonia is one of those wonderful tenor anthems. There's also a great heritage of wonderful Italian singers, especially tenors, that have performed this role for over 100 years. So yes, I think that it's demanding, but also very exciting. Well, the setting of the story is 1800 in Rome, obviously, and it's the time of Napoleon and a lot of turmoil in Italy and in Europe. So we have kind of this love story wrapped up into this political and revolution change that's going on in Italy. It makes for a good story, I'd say. In terms of the history of the performance, I mean, Puccini actually debuted this piece, I believe, in Torino, and it came to the people in Torino, and actually I think they despised it quite a bit. It was a little too rugged and tough, and it lacked the beauty that I guess they were kind of expecting from the opera, because it's really about killing. I mean, everybody basically dies in the opera, but with that failure, I think that kind of made it successful in a strange way. You know, people couldn't get enough of it, and now it's one of his most famous pieces. I think there's a level of understanding that Rome has because it's Puccini, because the opera takes place here. Well, there are three main locations that the opera takes place in: the Church of Sant'Andrea, then the Palazzo Farnese, which is where Scarpia's palace is, and then, of course, the Castello Sant'Angelo, which is where we finish the opera. But these are kind of the three featured areas where all of the action takes place. Ludovic Tézier, I actually had the pleasure of singing with maybe a year ago in Slovenia. He's obviously a major staple in the baritone repertoire and is a fabulous Scarpia, so I'm privileged to work with him again. And then Eleonora Burato, we actually met in London doing La Bohème. It's interesting that we're coming back here to Rome to do another Puccini opera. I actually have two more Puccini operas I will do with her in the future. Well, I would say they're kind of the New York Philharmonic of Italy. Daniel Harding is a wonderful choice for them. From my experience already, I think they're in very capable, wonderful hands. I would say the most challenging for me to be this type of person would be to deal with all of the torture he goes through. And still keep my mouth shut. I mean, he really gets beaten up, and he sticks to his guns even when Tosca kind of betrays him.
Facendo Scarpia, e dico facendo Scarpia, quindi quasi creando Scarpia, non solo cantarlo, è diciamo di una difficoltà che purtroppo è un'ambiguità, perché è una difficoltà ma anche crea il piacere nostro, perché dobbiamo cercare veramente i mezzi per fare credere al pubblico, almeno credere che io sono, che io posso essere un personaggio così orrendo, spero non essere nella propria vita, però è un interesse molto intellettuale che alla fine dobbiamo portare al pubblico in un modo quasi animale, perché lui è una bestia, parlando il vero, no? No, invece noi qui siamo ovviamente senza tutta quella trezzeria, tutto l'artificio della scena che ci aiuta, perché in scena, al contrario della vita, il costume fa già la metà.
Sicuramente ci sentiamo più nudi perché non abbiamo un abito scenico, non abbiamo le scenografie, non abbiamo questa libertà di interagire tra di noi. È sicuramente una grande responsabilità, ma penso che il pubblico lo apprezzerà moltissimo. Intanto è un pubblico che ha scelto di vedere uno spettacolo in questa forma. E chi sceglie questo vuol dire che in questa occasione non vuole essere disturbato o distratto da tutto quello che circonda l'opera ed è qui solo per ascoltare la voce e l'interpretazione.
I have a typical kind of warm-up regime, using my voice lightly, building it slowly, working the low register, then the middle register, then the high register. I also like to sing arias after I warm up that are not in the opera, because there are certain arias that help me navigate these kind of cracks in the voice better than the repertoire that I sing regularly or in the performance. Also, I have tea and honey and all these things at the ready just in case some sort of catastrophe can happen. The immediate preparation is a lot of rest, a lot of hydration. I like to do a little workout beforehand just to get the blood flowing for the performance. But I would say the actual part of the building of the role is just with a lot of experience. I've sang the role many times, and I think those experiences are what make you capable to sing the role. It's a dream come true. It's all I ever really wanted to do, was sing this role here with this wonderful orchestra. I'm so grateful to be able to be here and perform.